Omni-channel, multi-channel. It's understanding your customers and using these new technologies to solve real issues they have and to build real loyalty with them. Customers don't trust product manufacturers. Customers don't trust us to make the tough decisions. They want to connect with other customers. They want to connect with other friends and make better decisions.
Underlying conversation was about change. Think about all the different presentations. Talked about what's happening not just in technology, but how people have to change. And the other takeaway, obviously, is just the interaction with other folks that are here. That's a major part of this conference. Interact, share ideas, and I think it's been very successful.
You might have a whole lot of information available to you about a customer. You might have stunning insights into that. But if you can't actually take action in your marketing, in your POS, in your site, that information is nice to have, but is not critical. As you think about what actions you're going to take, you expect to see real payoff. Because if you don't, I'll posit that it's basically a waste of time. So again, going back to what we've done at Godiva, we focused in on what can we actually achieve. What can we do to drive business results? And it's not been about theory, it's been about focused return on investment spend to improve the customer experience and see results.
I actually really like this conference. It's small enough that you have real relationships formed with the people that you meet. And for me, it has that great intersection between the business side. It's not a pure IT conference. That's what I really appreciated about it, is getting to know people who aren't my peers necessarily, are thought leaders in different disciplines, but still within the retail space.
I need Rolex, I need Lexus, I submit to you today that our brands are more important than our religious symbols to us. I'm sorry, all of us think we're missing the big one. And all of our businesses are different. Will social media be the same for Kohl's as it would be for Harry Sachs? This is these broad brushes are being painted. Multi-channel, and social, it's time out. You know, what do I stand for? What am I willing to fight for? How are people carrying my brand? What do I mean? And this is where the staying power is. This is why you look at some of the best brands in the 20s are still the top brands today, apart from all of the digitization of America. You can keep the value coming, price becomes negated to a certain extent. I think people still want sharp pricing because they don't need ridiculous pricing.
The retail landscape is going to change dramatically in the next couple of years, and it's coming from so many different directions now. People are really struggling to figure out whether, regardless of which department they run in a retailer, and that's what's great about this conference is you're cross department. They're trying to figure out how do they react to that, how do they get ahead of it, whether it be mobile or analytics or social media or more e-commerce and less stores, shrinking store footprints, the economy. And that's what the conference brings is good insight into all that from all the different facets of the organization.
I have all the L, you have all the P, right? I'm all L. I have to justify that. I have to explain what I'm doing with that investment. And that means I need to show the value to the business. And if the value to the business is something like revenue growth, or margin improvement. I'm doing a planning system. I'm going to have improved turns. I'm going to improve my turns. I'm going to improve my margin. And I do, right? And what's the conversation after that? Well, the market got better. Well, we did better on product design. We did a better job. We improved our logistics network. We have just-in-time inventory now. So it's really difficult to get appropriate attribution for cause and effect on business metrics. But business metrics are the only way to go to measure value.
Really want to understand that people learn in different ways. They might be visual, they might be auditory, they might be experiential and want to be part of it.
As much as things change, they remain the same. We still have to stand for something. We have to mean something. The brand persists across whatever the device or screen size. Just left a wonderful talk about these evolving strategies and leadership and some of the basics. It was wonderful. I saw a very serious retailer talk about their reach into mobile and how that's really elegantly assisting at the in-store experience. So very impressive here. I'll be coming here forever.
Right on the left is a photo activity rented in a house out in Shelter Island, out on Long Island, which is an unusual time to be out in Shelter Island because it was cold and not a lot of people were there. But these were some chairs that were sitting on the deck of the house. And when I saw this, I thought, well, this is kind of a great shot. But I like the color here. It's kind of the blend of color. And for us at Saks, we can use found and we do use found, but we're sort of seeing found change now to sort of cleaned up found. So it's not so much about finding the dirty table in the barn and just putting it right in, but now it's been cleaned, it's been touched a little bit. So it's kind of sort of the evolution of found and reclaimed.
I got some great things out of it. First of all, with the lady that spoke on Sunday night from Juicy Couture, on her whole key message was you can organise for speed or you can organise for organisational efficiency, and in the e-commerce world you really need to organise for speed because it's moving so fast, which was a great takeaway. That was endorsed by Brian Tilzer from Staples when he basically said he supported the same view, and he ran through how they're growing so rapidly through the e-commerce field. And then there was just a series of other great presentations, lots of good content, lots of things I can use in my business. And one of the other great values of the whole event is the networking. That's my networking portfolio. There's all the people I met that I didn't know before, or in one or two cases I didn't know very well. So for me, it achieved two sets of objectives. One being the stuff that I learned that's going to help me in my day job, and the second being the people I met that were going to be great contacts for the future.